Well, Jim, another question we've received from several people since we talked about the Hall of Fame, but I don't know if we specifically addressed this. This was sent to CornyDriveThru@gmail.com from Todd Dilly.
Another Todd.
I wanted to know if either of you watched Kane's Hall of Fame speech from last week. He thanked Jim during the speech as one of the 4 men whom were most responsible for helping him get a job in WWE. His friend Mark Morton, Jim Ross, and Dutch Mantell were the others. I wanted to hear Jim's thoughts on this and his thoughts on working with Glenn Jacobs during his career. Did you see the speech that he thanked you?
No, actually, somebody tweeted. Maybe I saw it did they use it in a package? I didn't see the whole unedited speech. I saw either a tweet or a clip that line was in there, and he mentioned me and JR and Dutch, and his friend who I do not know, but he was instrumental for Glenn. But I didn't see the whole speech. But I was, happy and glad that he mentioned me and us, because that was kind of the chain of it. Dutch was booking Puerto Rico and brought him down and pushed him as much as he could and gave him as much experience and, advice as he could. And then Dutch called me and said, hey, this kid, he's from Missouri. He wants to come back home to, he's got island fever and he just needs to get out of Puerto Rico. And so I booked him from there. And then obviously JR saw him and was instantly a fan. So, as far I've talked about working with Glenn a bunch, and again, I know there's politics going on these days, and I wish he was a Democrat, and then I'd have absolutely nothing bad to say about Glenn whatsoever. But at least a libertarian ain't a Republican, and I don't want to know hooty hoot if he said anything good about Donald Trump. I don't want to know who. But as far as dealings in the wrestling business, Glenn's been a model guy. That's why he's still there for any shots that he wants to make. Why he's still a legendary name from that time period. He's since 1995, he has been affiliated. That has to be the longest uninterrupted stretch of anybody except the Brooklyn Brawler and Finkel. He's a good guy. He took the business seriously. He was never getting bad publicity or causing trouble. You never got a phone call about Glenn Jacobs, whether it was Smoky Mountain Wrestling or the WWF or anything. You could depend on him. If he was supposed to be somewhere, you knew he was going to be there. He had no bad habits. He's been a phenomenal talent, a great worker. And even though they've done screwy stuff with the Kane gimmick and kind of really, just changed it all around from the original concept, he has done the best that he could with whatever they gave him, and people still get a fucking kick out of him when he shows up. So I can't say, except for politics, and I don't even want to go into it. Glenn's been great, and I've always enjoyed dealing with Glenn.
How does it make you feel that you were one of 4 people he singled out and thanked?
Well, I said I was glad that he did, and I appreciated it. And but it was the truth. It wasn't a stretch. It was his buddy who helped him out, and it was me and Dutch and JR. And that's pretty much how he got. I mean, the rest was up to him. And we've mentioned that, even JR and I couldn't stop the fake diesel and the goddamn dentist. But sooner or later, right in the nick of time when Vince was going to give up on it, there came Kane, and he took it and ran with it and did a great job.